Hi everyone, it's Alisha, Braché here at Cosmic Gateway. I am joined by my two favorite Soul Tribe members. We've got Zara, Guidance by Z, and we've got Donovan, Gall from Number of Vibrationalists. And we are here to do your energy update report for the first week of April 2019. I can't believe we actually made it into April. So, yeah, I don't even know where to begin. There's been so many kind of insights and messages, and I've been talking to these guys, in the lead up to this, and we've been sharing a lot of synchronicities, a lot of similar insights and guidance, and I'm just really excited that they're here with me. So thank you guys for being here with me, so we can share this with you all. So, wow, April, huh?
It's my birthday month.
Yay!
Throw that out there.
I canceled my birthday last month, so maybe I might join. Can I share?
Oh, totally.
Okay, cool. Where to begin, honestly? One thing I want to say is it feels like the spark of light is slowly coming back right now, but I want to say the last week, but I think it really is probably the last fortnight or even longer. And I know I'm not alone in this because we've had conversations, but it feels like I'm inhabiting 10% of my body at the moment. I feel like I'm going through, awaken reality, and it's a little dull, it's a little dense, it's a little 3D. And I don't feel like I have that spark within me that's normally there, which I often refer to as the higher self when it's incorporated. And it's really bothersome, right? Because you want to have that oomph and that drive, but the message has really come to me is that this is a time of rest. There is so much clearing that's going on with your energy body. If you could see what's happening in your energy body at the moment and how much restoring and recalibration is happening, you would go really easy on yourself. And I think that there's a lot of work that's happening in the higher realms and, off planet. And I think that a lot of us are doing so much work in sleep state, in dream state, in meditation, that when we come back into kind of navigating the 3D reality, it's kind of like, yeah, there's only a very small portion of us that's inhabiting and going through the motions of that, because there is such a multi-dimensional aspect that's occurring at the moment. I don't know if you guys wanted to add on to that at all.
There's so much to say. I wanted you to go first.
I've lost my voice.
Work on that throat chakra. Yeah. This has been, I feel like there's two groups, and Alisha, we talked about this earlier. There's two groups right now, and I kind of feel like there's one group that is, I feel like honestly, my waking hours, I'm spacey. I'm a little bit flighty and a little bit ditzy-er than normal. I feel like I'm going through the motions of daily 3D life, but Donovan, you're laughing at me.
No, he's not.
Throat chakra. I'm really definitely feeling that, but I feel like I need to sleep, and I need to sleep. When I need to sleep, I'm out, and as soon as I've fallen asleep, it's not like I'm sleeping. I'm going into this like trance like state where I feel like I am doing something, and I kind of feel like my waking hours are my respite, and my sleep state or my trance state is very, very active and busy. And I can see that there's people in my reality that are of the other group that are struggling. They're going through massive shifts, massive awakenings. I'm activating, I'm just noticing people activating all over the place. And I feel like when I hit a trance state, that I'm supporting them in some way. And I had some situations this weekend come up for me, and I think Alisha, maybe you did too, where instantly we had to like fall asleep right away, go into that trance state, and to support people who were at the exact same time going through some pretty traumatic, heavy stuff. But I also feel like this first group that's kind of doing this work, I feel like there's a lot of excitement bubbling. We're kind of getting ready for a party. And it really kind of, I tie this into the experience of getting ready for the shoot for these videos that we were recording. I felt like I was not behind the eight ball. Like I was running around. I needed to change a light bulb. This light bulb burnt out, and I needed to go do this and need to go do that. And I needed to quickly go apply lipstick and like run around. And I was like all a flutter, just trying to get ready for an excitement, because I was really excited about doing this. But there's just so many things I needed to do really, really quickly. And I kind of feel like we're in the plan. We're getting ready to go to the party. And at the party, then we're going to count down to midnight, and we're going to have like the celebration at midnight. And so we're not at the party yet, but we are so damn excited about the party, because we know that at midnight the ball's going to drop and there's going to be freaking confetti everywhere. But like right now we need to go to get our dress altered, and we need to go find the right shoes, and we need to go, get our hair done and go get our nails done. Like we're in this prep planning excitement. Like we want to go, but it's not time yet. And there's so many things to do right now in order to get to that place. And I feel like for a lot of people, a lot of positive shifts are going to start coming into play. And a lot of the stuff that we have been wanting to manifest, I really kind of feel like there's going to be some shifts and some positive incoming either like manifestation of that, or just like feeling so fulfilled that we're not even caring whether we get that or not, that we're just like freaking party. Like I got my party dress and my pom-poms, like I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, and that in and of itself is exciting enough. And like, there's going to be more than that at the party, but you're just excited that you're there. So that's how I feel. But a lot of compassion also for this other group that is going through their awakening, but also really a lot of excitement for them, because I have so much faith in these people that are going through this really colossally difficult time right now. I have so much pride and so much faith in them, and also a lot of excitement, because I really know what that means. Once you start going through the awakening, it's like, welcome to the party. It's, you're hazing to join the fraternity, but now you're a part of the party, right? Like, it's all a party. I will stop.
Awesome. I'm just going to duck away because my battery is about to die and I didn't realize. So keep going, guys. Just bear with me 1 second.
Donovan, I think it's your turn.
I feel like I'm sitting here like a bobblehead, because I'm just going, So much of what you said makes so much sense. So we've moved into April, the 7 universal month, right? Now 7 is a vibration, and we spoke about in one of the card readings, divine inspiration, like a lightning strike coming down. There's a lot of astral work being done. The dream state's heightened. We're cleansing, clearing generations of stuff within ourselves, all that. And I know we keep repeating this because it's true. It's what is being active in the collective vibration. So this month, it's interesting. So I want to share with you, I know this is not supposed to be a card reading, but last night before bed, I pulled one tarot card, which I do every day, and I got the Hanged Man, right? And I'm looking at the Hanged Man, and I'm like, is he reversed or is he upright? I can't really tell. At this moment of going, I can't really, I can't, he feels like he's both. What's really interesting, what you were saying, Zara, is there's 2 experiences going on at the moment under this vibration we've been under. Now, I'll just read a little bit what it says about, the Hanged Man indicates a sacrifice needing to be made. It's a testing time and something worthwhile that has to be given up for something worth considerably more to come, right? The card relates to spirituality, wisdom, selflessness, self-sacrifice, transition, suspension, limbo, which we've been experiencing, a different point of view, and an unconventional approach. So we've been also looking at things in a different way, right? That's one group. So that's the upright group, right? I still don't. Anyway, the reverse group it feels like the other group that you've been talking about. The Hangman reverse is actually upright. this can be a good sign showing that a difficult time is almost over and you'll be able to start moving forward again. However, in the present, you may be living according to other people's expectations and feel unable to commit to what you really want to do. This leads only to dissatisfaction, depression, and a sense of failure. And I've been seeing people go through that experience. And these two are going on simultaneously. So it's really interesting when you look at the way we've moved into a 7 universal month. 7 is the divine inspiration, all this astral stuff coming down, grounding into us. But it's also the number of meditation. It's the quieter number. It's a waiting number, because we're moving from the 7 to the 8 next month, which is the abundance, the manifestation, all the party that's coming. But the 7's like, I can feel it. I'm right on the precipice of it, but it's just not quite here yet. But there is that beautiful background information, that background vibration of, I can feel it. It's like right there, right there, right there. And you know, the other thing that came to me is that there's also been because the number 7 is also the skeptic, right? So the vibration of the 7's bringing an energy that's saying, I need to question things. And it talks a lot about spirituality. I find a lot of people at the moment they're questioning their own spirituality, especially those that have been on this path for a while. And it's going to be anyone listening to this update, right? They're getting to the point where they're like, okay, I know what I know. I understand what I feel I understand, but I feel like everything's in question, right? And one of the experiences is and I know Alisha and I have talked about it, is where's my guidance gone? I can't feel it. Where's my divine connection gone? It's like I'm just so disconnected from it. And it's really come up that you need to embrace that's part of the process at the moment, and that in fact it's strengthening, but it's also understanding that your divine guidance is always actually there, but it's like anything, it's in perpetual motion. It'll come on strong, sometimes it'll pull back. It's like that Schumann resonance, right? It'll spike and peak at the highest frequency some moments. The next moment, where are you? Where'd you go? Where are my angels? Where are my messages, right? But 7 is also about learning trust and openness. 7 is about trust, divine trust and faith. And it's so important to remember that. And I'd love to do an exercise with you both, actually, just really quickly, just to show everybody on the update that it's never gone. And if you want to simplify, was it in the card reading, or you were just saying, Zara, about simplify, or was Alisha about simplify, right? If you feel that your divine connection, your divine guidance is like it's kind of dissipated, do something really simple that can sort of activate it again. I'll give you an example. So I'll ask you both to close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And I want you both to see a number between 0 and 1,000. The first number you see that will flash up in front of you. Right?
333.
Really easy way. Did you say that again?
I said 333.
Oh my God, I knew you were going to say that, right?
399.
399. Okay. Right. So this is where we are our own walking oracles. We are our own book of wisdom. We are our own tarot deck. We are all that, right? This is how you can tap in a really simple way to get a message. When I was thinking about doing this with you guys, I knew one of you was going to go 333. I just knew it. I could feel it. And what 333 is saying to us is it's a 3 universal year. Have the confidence and have the trust and openness to fully express whatever is in your heart right now. It is the call of the year. It's not just this month. It's all that, right? And it's triplified. It's such a strong vibration. And we've just come through the 3 month of March, right? There's no, it's dominant in our vibration. There was no mistake one of you was going to bring that forward. And I've been getting 333 so much this past month. obviously, and I'm a 33 life path, so it makes sense. But it's about that trust to express yourself. It also rules digital media and communication, right? Think the planet Mercury, right? It's all that communication stuff, and that that we all have the ability to bring our unique voice to the world. That's the 333. Like, you have a story, you have a message, you have something special and unique to bring. Just remember that, but also be easy on yourself. Let your inner guidance guide you. And if it leaves you, just simplify. Just breathe. Whatever you've got to do, get in nature, but try something simpler, without getting frustrated. Where's my guidance gone? And then 399 is got, again, the 3 vibration with 99. And 99 is about double the completions, the endings of cycles. We're having to let go of old versions of ourselves in order to move into new versions of ourselves. So this is going from the 7th month to the 8th month. The party's coming, right? But during this month, allow yourself to let go of old versions of yourself, old patterns of behavior, old crap you don't need anymore. Do it in dream state. Do it in meditation, whatever's going to work for you to release and let go of what's no longer serving you. So, yeah, that.
Thank you. So beautifully said. I really want to add on to that about the whole, when you feel like you're walking in a dark forest with no light on. And I've noticed the patterns, because it always seems to be around this time of year that the intuitive gets switched off. There's this shutdown mode that happens. And I've noticed this over a 3-year period. It's always around this time that there's this kind of phase out. And what I've learned from that, of observing it over the years, is that when we're going through a place of shifting and transforming and releasing, the releasing phase that we go in and out of, that's where we're kind of a little bit more detached from the insights, because that's all coming, the party's coming, but right now the focus is kind of in that letting go phase. So the more we're able to let go of whatever it is that's coming up for us, the clarity starts to push through. I almost want to see a flower that's pushing towards the light and blooming, but it has to go into that darkness cocoon first to then come out and shine brightly and, be beautiful. And so those phases are necessary, but they're always there. And I say this to a lot of people, it's always there when you need it, and, I'll be really honest, when I go through those phases, I do get that frustration that you're talking about, because, my work depends on that. But it's about trusting, because I could walk through life, and in my day-to-day life and interactions, it's not there. But as soon as I step into a session, boom, it's there. It switches on for the exact time that I need it, and then I walk out, and then it's back to the light switch being shut off. But it's going back to what I was saying before, it is a rest phase. It is it's not a time to be in full steam ahead action inspiration. That is all coming, but we have to go through this kind of this preparation phase. And it does feel like that's coming to an end, because I have to say, I kind of yesterday evening, this morning, I was like, oh, my sense of humor's back. Oh, I haven't seen you in about a month. So it does feel like April's energy is kind of bringing us into this nice new opening phase, and the transformation that's occurring. But I do want to bring up, there has been so much galactic goings on. Can I put it like that? I'm just trying to recap of a few experiences that I've had. That there's been a lot of ship sightings that me and people that I've connected to in broad daylight. And one thing I do want to share, this came up in a session that I had last night. Someone who's starting to I lost my words, to connect more galactically. And I always say the best way to do that is to open your heart space, because they interact with the consciousness of that heart vibration. And so if you go out during the day, or whenever you feel guided to, go out during the day or at night time and just kind of sit and center yourself and bring yourself into that heart space, and just set that intention that you want to connect, and you kind of send that ball of energy out into the cosmos and back in again. You stand there and I guarantee in 5 minutes you'll have at least 5 ships appear. It works every time. So I don't know why I was guided to bring that up, but man, like the amount of influence that's happening galactically at the moment is phenomenal. And I think those who resonated as a starseed or have that galactic connection is that, you know, we are working on ships in our dream space. We are doing a lot of work interdimensionally. So I don't know about you guys, but has that been a theme that's been coming up?
I can't say that I have seen any ships. I do feel like I do see and feel things from a different dimension, and I do see and feel things from a different perspective, but I haven't tried that, and I'm certainly going to try that. I do feel their presence, but I don't see it. I want to, if it's okay, just go back to losing our intuition. And two things came to me. April showers bring May flowers. And I was thinking tulips. And tulips are these bulbs that are underground, and they're in the dark. And it isn't until it's time for them to sprout through and grow that you can see what color it is, and that the tulips can see the sun. The thing is that when it is a bulb underground, it intuitively, without seeing it, knows the sun is there, and it's going towards the sun. It's dark there, it can't see, but it just intuitively is going there. And I feel like when we feel, because I'm absolutely feeling like a intuitive ditz these days, we're not meant to be intuitively knowing about what's coming. We're getting ready for our own surprise party, and we're not supposed to know who's showing up at our party. Like, we just need to know it's going to be good. We intuitively are going where we are intuitively being guided without intuitive messages coming to us. We're just physically moving in that direction. So when it comes to doing this as part of your livelihood, yes, it does seem to switch back on, but for our own stuff, for our own lives, like, no clue, no idea what's going on. I just know it's going to be good. But just, we are those bulbs. We are those tulip bulbs that are underground. And this is all like a test of our faith as well, of knowing that we're going towards the sun. We are spreading. We're going to be these beautiful tulips come May.
Perfect. And that's so gorgeous, because as a horticulturist, I'm also aware that when you plant a tulip bulb, it must go through a period of what's called cold stratification. It needs an amount of time below a certain temperature in the cold to activate the flowering of the bulb, right? And a bulb is a bunch of scales and layers, like an onion. An onion's a bulb, right? And we're doing all this clearing of all the layers, right? But out of all the layers that, you know, all this, once you've spent that time in your cold stratification, that's going to be the word for the month, by the way, stratification. Up we blossom, and oh my God, we're in the sun, we're in the party with all the other tulips, right? It's absolutely beautiful. But it also, the cold stratification amount of time that we need to spend to activate our flowering, that's the rest and the sleep that we feel we need to do under the 7 vibrations. 7 is a quieter time. It's a slower, quieter moving energy. It is about taking time to rest and sleep, because once we hit that 8 energy coming next month, it's like, whoa, it's like really time to go. It's also a lot of reward coming in. And a lot of the times that we manifest through doing nothing. Winnie the Pooh would agree. I always get to where I'm going, right? You know, by doing nothing. It's great. But yeah, that's awesome. I love the tulips. I love that. Beautiful.
As a Taurus, I like doing nothing. So.
such a beautiful analogy, and I love that of the flowers. And in fact, Donovan, you could put your professional spin on it too. What was that word? I'm gonna have to look that up.
Gratification.
Gratification. Yeah.
Okay. What would be the definition of that? Sorry for my ignorance.
Well, it's stratify is the shortened version. I guess it's like going back to my horticultural training now. I don't know why they call it stratification. It just sounds good, I think, but it's.
I know what stratification means when it comes to like property and building and stratifying a multi-unit dwelling, but
Right.
From a horticulture perspective, I don't know.
Right, but yeah, stratify. So it's like it just describes the amount of time that something needs to take a certain amount of time before it's activated.
Right. Okay.
And in this case, we're talking about a bulb that needs a certain amount of cold time, right? The darkness, in order to activate the flowering, which is perfect. Yeah.
Thank you. I just get chills. Awesome. You touched on something that I wanted to bring up, and I think we've already started to talk about this, but I don't know when this video was recorded. It was with one of you, and we were talking, or probably with both of you, about this new group that's coming online and awakening and going through the beginning of their ascension process, and how back in, I think it was February, we could feel this kind of pulse energy that was kind of coming in to start that new wave of people going through the awakening. And boy, oh boy, have we seen that in the last month. There's so many souls now that are going through their more earlier stages of awakening. And so it's a really keen time to kind of think back about reflect back on your own journey to what that was like for you, if you're much further along your path at this point, to really show compassion for the souls that have started to, going through, I think Zara you and I just spoke about this, about the panic attacks and the anxiety, because I remember for me that was around 2012, just come on and for no reason at all. And I look back now and I can kind of see the progression and understand it. But I'd forgotten about all that. So much has happened in the last couple of years that I forgot about what that was like. And that, that seems to be one of the kind of earlier symptoms, if I can call it that, is that the anxiety and that panic attack, that kind of onset comes out of nowhere and doesn't have a real reason for it. And I always see anxiety and panic attacks as the way that the higher self is trying to get a message through to the physical self, saying that something's out of alignment. You need to check in internally. And so there's a lot of that's been happening, and it's really time for us as light workers who have a bit more of an understanding and knowledge of the path to really step up and step out and support those who are kind of a bit lost, a bit in the dark. I mean, we're in the dark, but for different reasons, to help them find the material, find the people, find the group, whatever it is, to start to find that information to help them on that journey. And what a beautiful time on the planet to see this start to take shape. We get the intuitive hits months before, and then to actually see the tangibleness of it coming through. Which of course has kept us all incredibly busy, in doing our work. But, so if wherever you're at, to take a look around and the people that are in and around your life, and if you can offer support, or if you're being called to step higher into your mission to do that, this is the time, this is the time right now.
I also want to, can I add to that, also to caution everyone as well to not meddle and not not overstep when people are going through that process, but be there to hold that space and be there with the support, with the answers, but don't lose yourself in jumping in to save people, because a lot of the journey was to find those answers. And so to be there, to be that support, give them the guidance, give them the tools, send them to the right people, the right places, the right whatever they need. But at the same time, we've gone on this journey of self-love for so long that we know that ultimately, in order to be the brightest, best beacon of light as a light worker for these people is to ensure our own bulbs are clear. That's an analogy again, but to really kind of to honor yourself first, knowing that by being strong and being that pillar for yourself, you can then uphold more people. And so the more you do, not from a sense of just for self, but for all, that we can to be able to support others as well.
And I think that's really, sorry, Donovan, I'll let you go. I just want to say, you know, holding that space and support. And I think that Ari wants to add into that. I think that it's I think what a lot of us have been doing through that, you know, need for rest and sleep is that I think we, you know, energetically on the planet, we've been holding those grids in place to support this process that's actually unfolding. So support can be in a myriad of ways. It doesn't necessarily, like, you know, be taking someone to do something. Sorry. But energetically, we're supporting already. We're doing a lot already. So yeah, I just wanted to add that in. Really important.
Yeah, absolutely. And Zara, you kind of taking the words out of my mouth as they're coming. Like, one of the things I've really been experiencing recently is the knowing that, so everybody's journey is different, right? Not one spiritual journey is going to be exactly the same. And because we've been doing this a while, we understand that we're getting into the humility of the heart now, and we're understanding that the best thing you can do is to hold, and it's a lot of messages coming in about, you know, really start to illuminate the heart, hold a vibration that is a heart-based vibration to allow, you know, it's assisting and guiding without interfering. Is the best possible gift you can give to somebody else if you're being called as a light worker or a role to assist and guide these souls. But the thing about that 7 is, because it's a questioning, right? Not only are they questioning their journey, but we are as well. Everything's evolving and changing under these frequencies and energies. It's not working the way it was. Right? So some of the wisdom that we learned along our path is no longer actually relevant. So why would we then, and I've been very much getting that message that, you know, it's great to have all this wisdom that you've learned, and it's not about, you know, telling people how much you know, or, you know, all that cognitive understanding. It's about embody the vibration of the learnings that and the self-love and the energy of that your presence doing that has all that needs to be done, and you know, and that's how that energy is starting to really unlock people on their journeys by having your loving presence, literally. Like, you know, it's not about telling them what you know. And it's been such a big theme for me in the past couple of months, for sure. Yeah, beautiful.
It feels like, sorry.
No, you go.
It feels like computer systems and computers, you know, and I kind of feel like we're all different generations of computers. And, you know, what has taken a really old computer, a DOS-based computer, like a lot of time to kind of spit out whatever bit of data or whatever computer thing, you know, the newer model of computers can do a lot more, a lot faster. The processing is a lot faster, right? The output is a lot faster. The computers are smaller. Like everything is shifted, right? So there is no judgment. There is no ego from someone who, I mean, Alisha, you've been on the consciously this ascension journey for so much longer than I have, right? Then there is no ego, right? Between anybody, right? And if anyone is coming from a place of ego, then that's part of their journey for a reason.
Yeah, I think that's the beautiful thing, is I don't think everything is evolving so quickly and changing so rapidly. It doesn't matter, you know, whether you've been consciously on an ascension path for 20 years or 20 days, because the vibration of the planet is elevating so intensely and so rapidly that it's bringing people up to speed. You know, I've seen that over the years, and especially in the last 12 months, is that someone can go from not knowing anything to completely to that embodiment almost just like that, you know. And I think to bring it back to, we're all in this together. We're all doing this together. Some of us chose a longer period of time so that we could get in order whatever we needed to resolve and get in order. And other people decide, well, I'm just going to go into this incarnation. I'm going to sleep most of the ride through, and then I'm going to boom, and whatever the soul is perfect. And there is no judgment, and it's really, honoring each person's journey. And I think, what you were saying, it's not from an intellectual base, it's from a heart base. And a lot of people don't need additional information, they just need that vibration, that alignment, that resonance. And sometimes they just need someone to hold space and listen to them. And that's what I find a lot in my work, is that people don't need to be told solutions and answers. They can find that everyone has it within themselves. But sometimes them just being able to speak in a place where they're not being judged, and they can speak and express openly, that then in that exchange, that given, it comes back, they get their own answers through that process. That was 101 that I learned when I started counseling years ago, was like, it's 80% of counseling is just listening, because people will find their own answers. And the same way in being a wayshower, a light worker, a lot of the time it's just your energy and holding that space for them to go through that process. So.
Absolutely. And this humility, this theme of humility, that the heart is humble, right? It's the mind. It's the mind that's the ego feeder, the one that feeds the wolf, right? All that. It's where the heart holds, the vibration of humility. And for me, it's like, the more I learn, the less I know. That it's just so strong, that and I love that, because everything's a mystery, and for this month, for everybody, the number 7 is unlocking mysteries. Who can even imagine what we're going to know in even 3 months from now that we didn't know now? I mean, it's so exciting. Maybe that's the party that's coming, Zara. If it's not a light bulb changing party.
For the planet.
That would be fun.
I just want to, you just sparked something, and I've looked over at my artwork, and I just want to, I want to try and articulate an image, a vision that was given to me about 12 months ago, with the waves of energy that were hitting the planet. And it does feel like that, and obviously they're increasing and growing, and the Schumann is evidence of that. But the most beautiful image that I got was, showing Gaia herself, the world, and all these little lights that were like all around the planet, right? And as this energy came in, it kind of amplified them, and each of those lights lit up even more, and then it kind of engulfed the planet. And it's like, as we're fine-tuning our energy frequency in our body, we are those little lights, and we're strategically Donovan, he's in Canberra, which is like 1,000 kilometers away from where I am. Zara is posted in Vancouver, in Canada. We're all strategically placed, and we've been going through this embodiment process that we can hold more light. And as the light comes in, we spark up, and as we spark up, it has that ripple effect of the people that are in our in our geographic location. And one light and it's like firecrackers just going off. So the party, everything, I just get that sense, this is the time that we're in. We've been prepping for that, and it's beautiful. It really is. I was driving today in the mountains, as I often do, and that's where I get my clarity. And as I was driving through, and this has happened a few times where I've actually seen the dimensions fade in and out. I see that vision of New Earth and what it looks like in all its vibrancy. It's the same as from my perspective, it's the same Earth that we're inhabiting. It's just on a higher frequency. And obviously it's been a lot of work to get to that point, but sometimes I actually can see it fade in and fade out. And I saw that this morning, and it was just that glimmer of hope, because for me over the last couple of weeks, it has felt really dull and there hasn't been a lot of magic and mystery. And I saw that this morning. I was like, that's what we're working towards.
A couple of weeks ago, we were in a meditation group on a Sunday, and I got the exact same vision.
I love it.
All the little lights starting to kind of like, it felt like bubble wrap popping open, right? And they were lighting up to the point it just engulfed and just emanated this huge emanation of light. Almost verbatim what you said. Same thing came through in the channel meditation. So that's the other thing about starting to connect in groups. The coherent field that we start to have, we start to notice that we're starting to share synchronicities. There is a field of synchronicity, right? And interestingly, we're talking about the three: communication, digital media. I mean, I've got some mind-blowing stories about how digital media will bring in messages. If your own personal guidance is feeling a bit cut off, sometimes digital media will do it for you, like literally. Like, you know, I've got this story about how when Dr. Wayne passed away, I did a meditation. I said, Dr. Wayne, I feel so connected to you and your teachings. I'd really like to have a sign that you come to me with, that I know you're here and you're present with me. Forgot about that. The next day, this thing flies down over my head onto a branch. I look up, broad daylight, turns around, looks me straight in the eye, and it's an owl. And I'm like, okay, I've been given my sign. My whole body just got chills. About a few months later, it was one night, I was out on my back porch and I kind of fumbled and dropped my phone. It starts playing Dr. Wayne Dyer, Hay House Radio. He's just talking away, doing, you know, I didn't even know I still had anything of his in my phone, but apparently I did. Next minute, I'm like, what's that? I look up onto the clothesline in front of me, bang, the owl flies into my backyard, turns around, stares me right in the eye while that had come up. And then the next program clicks in, and it's Greg Braden talking. And that very day, I'd been talking to my divine partner about Greg Braden. I mean, it is just unbelievable how this stuff can work. But yeah, so
I love those stories. And man, we should just do a live stream one day and just share stories like that, because they're the ones that in those moments where we're not feeling connected, when we start sharing those, we start to feel the tingles and the ooh, and you know, oh man, thank you. I have a Wayne Dyer similar experience, so we'll share that offline. I love hearing that. Thank you.
Donovan, what you said about digital media, social media, digital media being instrumental in this, especially right now, I can say that in the last 4 days, I've had so much kind of happen for me through using digital media, just in terms of my own personal journey and closing certain cycles and ushering in new cycles. And it's been like laughable. Like, it's honestly been hilarious, what's been going on. And I won't go into detail, but it's absolutely true that, you know, it's not just, there's so many different ways that we are experiencing things and closing up those cycles and welcoming in new things, and digital media is definitely a part of that journey. So thank you for bringing that up. And you have the best freaking stories, man. Like, you're talking to you and hearing all the stuff that you experience, like, it's so beautiful. Like, we should definitely just do one where you just tell us stories. It'll be story time.
I love story time. Let's do.
I forget them, but then people, you talk to you know, I activate with you guys and I start to remember other ones I'd forgotten, like when we spoke about that angel one that I had. You know, we'll talk about that another time, but it's so great when you co-create with people, how you unlock bits of memories of amazing moments. So yeah, that's why I love collaboration so much. It's so awesome. I'm so grateful to be here, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I love you both.
Yeah, I absolutely love, and it's this time that I've shared with you and what's come through it. And just for the viewers, you know, we love you all. We'd love to see you comment and share what your experiences have been and your insights and what's been happening for you. before we go into this, we never plan anything. We just hit the record button and see what comes through, because we trust in that whatever it's going to be perfect. So I think it's probably time to wrap it up. And, just thank you guys so much for being here. And maybe we can check in the next week or two and do another round. We'll see what lines up for. But thank you. Let's go into the intuitive guidance insights for the first week of April 2018. So this card here is A, reading A, card A. And this one is B, reading B, or card B.
B.
And C.
The sense of humor is coming back. Oh my God.
Just so you know, we've been actually really, really well talking on camera, but as soon as we stop recording or before we start recording, we are literally giggling and we cannot stop laughing, and we're just being really silly.
We're trying to be really behaved right now.
We're so well behaved right now. This has been like the hardest recording.
The light bloopers are coming, we promise.
Yeah. Sure. Thank you again, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. Sending so much love to you wherever you're at, whatever's going on. If you feel guided to reach out and connect with any of us, I do have a couple of sessions available still for April. Not many, but a couple. Zara, she does her intuitive guidance sessions. Donovan's now in the process of launching a program to help people through their spiritual path and into their alignment of soul purpose. There's so many amazing things. I won't even go into what's happening for me because there's so much in the background. I don't want to share it just yet, but if you do feel guided to reach out and connect with us and work with us in some way, or just follow us on social media, I will put all the details in the description box below, and you can follow from there. So thank you again, guys. Thank you so much. And have an absolutely amazing week. And we'll connect with you soon. Sending you much love.
Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.